That was quite an exciting British Grand Prix at Silverstone today, which looked like it would be another Pecco Bagnaia win. However, Aleix Espargaro closed the gap lap after lap and took the lead in the win on the final lap. His first win of 2023, and the second time a Ducati rider did not win this year. Bagnaia was second, and Brad Bender third. So three different constructors on the podium. Next, going to bring Joe back in here for our MotoGP section. So here's my question for you: does this indicate that Ducati might have more competition ahead?
I do believe Ducati is going to have some more competition ahead, but still, the competition, they need to be perfect out on the track. They have to really come prepared, good setups, good strategy, good tire selection. Because remember, MotoGP, compared to other series where you all have one set or you have to use certain sets, it's very common to see soft tires on the front, medium, hard tires on the back. There's a lot of potential for, especially Aprilia, KTM. I think they are knocking on the door. With Ducati, especially the factory team, they're going to be really hard to beat. But VR46, with what happened with Marco Bezzecchi, Lucas Marini wasn't really much of a factor at all. I feel you could really feel confidence in Aprilia that you're coming back. Aleix said we put a little too much pressure and expectation on ourselves in that first half of the season. We know it wasn't going great for them. But this weekend, especially with Maverick Vinales getting that sprint podium, I gotta say, I think Aprilia is really starting to turn heads, especially with know what's going on with Honda, Yamaha. Aprilia is looking really good. KTM, still a little bit of a ways there, but Brad Binder to get a podium, that has to feel good. So I think if you're Ducati, you're not going to have exactly the cakewalk, but I think the factory team, especially, they still have to feel pretty good that they're still number one.
Yeah, for sure. And it was really great to see a lot of parity in this race. Lots of close race and exciting finish there between Espargaro and Bagnaia. Yeah, so fans of the British Grand Prix definitely got their money's worth. And early on, it looked like Marco Bezzecchi would be a contender for the win, but behind Bagnaia, he lost the front grip and he ended up sliding out of the race, literally sliding. He is now third in points, 47 behind Bagnaia and six behind second place Jorge Martin. Do you anticipate Bezzecchi or Martin changing their approach in the second half of the season?
When it comes to Martin, I feel he's going to be aggressive as always. The big thing I'm really impressed by Martin lately, this year, he seems to be really good at not throwing the race away, where in the past, he seems to be very fast, crashes out. He is not doing those mistakes. Earlier in the race, he went way wide, lost positions, recovered nicely. The big thing for Marco Bezzecchi, he has to just get calm, reset essentially, and come back stronger the next race weekend. Don't make another mistake because it could easily become from that 47-point deficit to a bigger deficit because right now, Pecco Bagnaia, he is not making the mistakes that we talked about in years past. I think if he knows he's in firm control, if he could go out there, get a second place, a third place, a podium finish, even top five, he's in a good spot. Bezzecchi has to race smarter. Jorge Martin, I think he's going to be just as aggressive week in and week out. So I don't anticipate much of a change from Martin. But Bezzecchi, I think he just needs to refocus, recalibrate for the remainder of the season because we're approaching the halfway point of the long MotoGP season, and we still got all those sprint races ahead.
Yeah, definitely a long season, and those sprint races make it a lot longer. It'll be interesting to see if Pecco Bagnaia can seal the deal and close out the year with another world championship. And Pecco Bagnaia, it's really interesting looking at this year compared to last year because last year he was the hunter, and this year he is the hunted with all the rest trying to get him. Fabio Quartararo blew that big championship lead. Bagnaia got him last year, and we'll see if Bagnaia can keep that championship lead and not blow it the same way that Fabio Quartararo did